Super Mario Sunshine, a game first released for the Nintendo GameCube all the way back in the year 2002. However, in 2020, Nintendo released a bundle of 3 classic Mario games now available to play on the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. One of these games is Super Mario Sunshine. Now, I am Gemini, and this game was one of my most played games growing up, so I have some fond memories playing this. I, however, have never fully completed this game, mainly because I was a child who couldn't get past the more difficult levels and would just skip those if possible. But now I am a fully grown adult who, with the power of determination, spite, and sass, is finally going to 100% Super Mario Sunshine. First, let's lay down exactly what the premise of the game is. You play as Mario, who is trying to go on vacation to Isle Delfino with Peach, Toadsworth, and a bunch of other Toads who I'm assuming are flying in coach since you can't see them in the first cutscene. The plane lands roughly on the tarmac because of some goop that is covering half of it. Peach then sees a Mario lookalike, but of course no one listens to her. And then because Mario is Mario, he comes to the rescue to figure out what is happening. At this point, you look around to see what happened and you meet Flood, one of the best GAD machines ever made.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from GAD Science Incorporated. Preparing to register customer information. Scanning and classifying subject data. Subject identified as Mario, resident of the Mushroom Kingdom. Data storage complete. I am Flood, a flash liquidizer auto-dowsing device. I hope to be of assistance. Proceeding with user instruction.
After a quick tutorial and freeing one of the Pianta people from the goop, you clear all of the goop surrounding the tarmac by feeding the goop piranha some water. I also learned while writing the script for this video that those things are called proto-piranha plants, and I would have never guessed that correctly. Anyway, after drowning the proto-piranha goop 3 times, the goop is cleared and your very first shine sprite shows up for you to grab. This is the main goal for 100%ing this game, the shine sprites. In order to fully complete this game, there are 2 things you must do. First, you must collect every single shine sprite, and then you also must collect every single blue coin. Now, you might think, that's it? How is that so difficult? Well, in order to collect everything, it requires you to complete every single level, defeat all the bosses, win every minigame, complete all side quests, and much, much more. All in all, there are 120 shine sprites to collect and 240 blue coins to find. Now that that's established, let's get back to Mario saving the day and being celebrated and rewarded for his hard work. Nope, he's in jail. Of course he is. We learn that all of Isle Delfino has been defaced and trashed with goop all over, as well as the island being darkened because the shine sprites, which light up the island, have mysteriously vanished. And who is to blame for all of this? Why, Mario, of course! There is someone who looks like Mario who has been seen all over Isle Delfino trashing the place. So of course they blame Mario. You know, Mario, who literally just showed up not 10 minutes ago. Of course it had to have been him, since it only takes a minute to run around all over the entire island trashing the place. Yeah, very logical reasoning there. Well, with Mario blamed for all the goopy mess, he is forced to clean up the entire island and isn't allowed to leave until it is all finished. With the judge's sentencing said and done, Mario and Flood talk in his jail cell and prepare to start cleaning up the island. The next day starts showing us what is needed to be cleaned up first. So after the cops talk down to me, I run over to Toadsworth and Peach, who is very insistent on wanting to go home. Oh, Mario, you're okay after all. I just knew you would be, of course. We can't go home. I mean, I guess Peach could go home. After cleaning up a few people, then watching them get devoured again, I hop onto a nearby roof to easily defeat the proto-piranha without the risk of getting hurt by the tiny goop creatures. I also learned that these things are called goobles. I am so upset that I didn't know before now. Goobles. I love that. After kind of cheesing this mini-boss, a giant statue appears with Shadow Mario on top of it.
Princess, look! On the statue's head!
Mario?
He then jumps off and kidnaps Princess Peach, because of course he does. After a quick chase and spraying him with water, he drops Peach and runs away. I make sure Peach is okay, and then I chase Shadow Mario to the statue where he opens a portal to the first world of this game, Bianco Hills. I hop in and start with episode 1, The Road to the Big Windmill. Now the nice part of this game is whenever you enter a world on a selected episode, it shows you briefly where you need to go or what to do to get started in completing the episode you chose. So after traversing through the area, I hop on the trees and start fighting the next proto-piranha, though I think I'm just going to call them goopy piranhas as that's what I always called them when I played this game. Once again, I sort of cheesed this fight by spraying him with water from atop of a tree, and once he is defeated, I collect my second shine sprite. I then collect my first 2 blue coins from the side of the statue, and then hop back into Bianco Hills for episode 2, one of my favorite levels because it has one of my favorite Mario characters of all time, Petey Piranha. I love Petey Piranha so much, mainly because of this game and because Mario Kart Double Dash. I would always play him on that game. Anyway, I traverse up to the tower, grabbing a blue coin along the way, and once I make it to Petey, he yells at me, and then we both fall into the building. I then struggle to work the controls because it's all inverted from the other games I was playing at the time. No! I got him a little bit. Okay, down is up is down. Okay. No, okay. And once I stuff him full of water, I ground pound his stomach to injure him. I do this 2 more times and I kill him, I think. Oh, Petey Piranha, I'm sorry. I'm not sure, but he turns to goop, and then I get my next shine sprite. Once I am back on the island, there is another goopy piranha that I must defeat, and once again, cheese it by attacking from a nearby rooftop. This one is stronger than the previous ones, however, as it has a second phase, so instead of spraying it 3 times, I have to do it 6 times. Defeating this goopy piranha reveals a shine sprite bank, where when you have 10 blue coins, you can exchange them for 1 shine sprite. I, however, won't be doing this until I have every single blue coin. I did this because I didn't want to lose track of how many blue coins I had collected throughout the game. After being told I'm poor, I then enter the next world, Rico Harbor, to start episode 1. After getting attacked by some tiny monsters and collecting a few blue coins, I then head over to the crates where the Glooper Blooper is and rip off one of his tentacles. Understandably, he gets very mad at me and we start battling. I battle him, ripping off his other tentacles, then his nose twice, and the second time it happens, I fling him into the ocean. I grab my 4th shine sprite, and then I go back to Bianco Hills to complete episode 3. I mock one of the villagers. Okay, why are you running around a tree, lady? Oh, really? Something's wrong and is your women's intuition? It's not like literally the goop everywhere? Clean another. And then get hurled by a 3rd one. Wait, what? Well, that actually helped, so nice. I then gather a few blue coins and then head on over to the cave. This is one of the many sub-areas where Flood is taken from us by Shadow Mario, and I must get to the Shine Sprite without him. Since this is the first of this kind of level, it isn't too bad, and I am able to make it to the Shine Sprite first try. Once I am back on the island, I am shown another area that is consumed by goop. I didn't realize that many areas are unlocked really early on, as I only have 5 Shine Sprites, and yet there are now 3 worlds unlocked. I run over to clear the goop, but get distracted by a hidden Shine Sprite in the sand. There it is. Wait, what? What? After grabbing that Shine Sprite, I get distracted again and go into the Warp Pipe sub-area. I then slide down the giant ramp hill thingy. I almost die, but then catch myself at the last second. Oh my goodness, I barely saved myself. And then I grab the Shine Sprite. After I grabbed those Shine Sprites, I then fail to get and stay on the nearby rooftop. Once I'm finally up there, I then cheese the Goopy Piranha mini-boss once again. That poor toad. I'm up on a roof. Yeah. This reveals a lighthouse and a goop-covered toad whom I help out. There you go, Toad. What's up? Thanks, Mario. Thanks, Mario. I then enter the new world, Gelato Beach, to start episode 1. I dodge cataquacks and spray the correct plant in the sand, revealing the sandcastle arch, and slide my way through it. Once again, Flood is taken from me, and I have to traverse the sandy level without him, after almost messing up and falling to my doom. I make it and grab the Shine Sprite. I then decide to re-enter the world to start episode 2. I grab a few blue coins first, and then find this world's hidden Shine Sprite. I grab the hidden Shine Sprite, which is my 9th one, and then decide to go back into the world to actually complete episode 2 this time. I need to get rid of the cataquacks on the mirror panels to get rid of the giant green wiggler. After flinging all 6 cataquacks and killing the green wiggler, I grab my Shine Sprite. When I get back to the island, I am alerted that a Bowser ship has appeared. After talking with a blue toad, it is revealed that Princess Peach has been kidnapped. Horrible, horrible, Princess Peach has been kidnapped. Okay, when does she ever not get kidnapped? The locals are also aware that she gets kidnapped a lot, since in their alert message, it says this. Anyway, I run over to where Peach has been kidnapped by Shadow Mario, and they are both in a very obvious Bowser machine. I just got blasted in the face with some high pressure water. After getting pelted in the face by the high pressurized jets of the machine, I hop into the nearby cannon and get shot to Pinna Park for episode 1. After chasing down Shadow Mario to a fountain, I guess he is learning that I'm just going to spray him with water again, so he has a giant Mecha Bowser to fight for him, the little coward.
Get away.
After speaking to the director of the park, who thinks this is a new villain and hero attraction, he ends up providing me with a, quote, hero's vehicle to fight the big bad villain. This starts my struggle of trying to hit Mecha Bowser with rockets while also getting hurled around in a little cart that constantly changes which way I'm facing, as well as having bullet bills flying towards my face almost every 5 seconds. There are 2 roller coaster levels in this world, and I absolutely despise both of them. So after dying and failing my first attempt, oh my god. Oh my god, why? I try again for a second time, where I still ended up very hurt, but I do manage to hit Mecha Bowser 3 times and destroy it. Mecha Bowser's head pops open and we see Peach and Shadow Mario hidden inside. Peach waves and calls out to Mario as if she is totally fine and not at all kidnapped, and then it is revealed who Shadow Mario truly is. To almost no one's surprise, it was Bowser Jr., because Bowser had told him Peach was his mama.
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away.
Mama Peach? I'm your mama?
I have never really gotten over how Peach says, "I'm your mama." She says that as if she's like, wait, do I have a child? Did I give birth to this small creature? Girl, no! Remember physically having a child. He is not your son. I don't know, it's just something that always sounded ridiculous to me from the very first moment I saw this scene.
Yeah, Papa told me all about it. He told me my mama got kidnapped by a bad man named Mario.
So you're Bowser's son?
So I came here to rescue her.
After Bowser Jr. spewed some nonsense around, he took Peach and flew away in a Bowser balloon, leaving me to later find her. But for now, I was able to collect this episode's Shine Sprite and move on. Afterwards, I head back to the park to do episode 2, the Beach Cannon's Secret. After dodging the bullet bills, I get close enough to the cannon, grab some bombs, and get rid of the little rodent, who I think is Monty Mole? Anyway, he's in the way to my next Shine Sprite. I hop in the now vacant cannon, and once again, it is a sub-level with Flood getting taken from me, after pretty much immediately dying on my first try. Oh my hell. I apparently didn't learn my lesson, because on the second try, I almost straight up walked off the edge right at the start. 3 times in a row, and then proceeded to walk off the edge on the next platform. I'm doing so great, aren't I? Are you kidding me? I did not just do that. Third try was a little better, but I had the timing wrong and ended up walking straight off the edge again. On my 4th try, I had the timing better for the platforms, not so much on the bouncy ladder platforms, as I struggled with those for quite a bit until I finally made it up, and then proceeded to finally make it to the end where I collected my 12th Shine Sprite. I then hopped back into the cannon to start episode 3, where I needed to gather 8 red coins scattered around the park. I first find a blue coin in a clam, then grab 1 red coin, and then get distracted and grab 3 more blue coins. I then proceed to grab red coin number 2, 3, 4, and 5, grab 1 more blue coin, red coin number 6, and then you guessed it, another blue coin. After I grab my 7th red coin, I then wait to grab the last red one, as I spot yet another blue coin that I must grab, but failed to grab it on the first attempt because it's me, and of course that would happen. After succeeding on my second attempt, I then finally grab the last red coin and collect the Shine Sprite that shows up right next to it. I then once again go back into the park to save the giant sunflowers from what looks like giant Yoshi eggs, but are actually things called Snooza Koopas. I spray each one with water, luring them to the sand so they get stuck when they ground pound, and then I ground pound them to their deaths. By doing so, I save all the sunflowers while mimicking the way they talk, because I find it funny. I wonder what she'll sound like. Oh, yep, did not sound the same. And then I am given my next Shine Sprite. After this, I am once again shocked by how fast the progression of this game is, because after only 14 Shine Sprites, the 5th world is unlocked, as well as Yoshi, who needs to be saved by Bowser Jr. I proceed to chase down Bowser Jr., who's disguised as Shadow Mario. I then get hurt by running into him 4 separate times. But then I eventually hurt him enough that he drops the Yoshi egg, ironically in the same spot where the chase started. Never had that happen before. Yoshi then demands a bundle of bananas, which I quickly go and grab, aka steal, for him, as it's Yoshi and I would give him the world if I could. And then he hatches for the first time! I then hop onto his back, eat a pepper so Yoshi is now purple, and then proceed to spit on a guy who was on fire. The guy then thanks me and gives me a blue coin. I then use Yoshi's spit to collect another blue coin, and then proceed to show my stream that Yoshi does not like water, as when I jump into the river, Yoshi perishes and is back in his egg. After giving him another banana, I proceed to have Yoshi eat the giant pineapple, and then right before hopping in, I spot a blue bird, which when sprayed down, drops a blue coin. Once I grab that coin, I then hop into the red warp pipe, entering Serena Beach for the first time. Upon entering episode 1, I learned that the beach and the hotel had been covered in so much electrified goop that it swallowed up the entire hotel. As the hotel owner is explaining the situation to me, the giant mantis-shaped silhouette creature comes back to cause more chaos. I also learned while writing the script for this video that this is called a Manta, which is such an epic name for such an annoying creature. Surprisingly, this thing doesn't like water, even though it's a mantis, sort of. Anyway, I need to spray it with Flood in order to destroy it. Problem is, this creature is much like a slime in Minecraft, where once you hit it and damage it enough, it doesn't die, it just splits into 2 pieces of the same enemy, only smaller. Another issue is, as these creatures move around, they spread more electrified goop everywhere, making it difficult to find a clear spot to stand without getting hurt. I quickly figure this out when not soon after the fight starts, I die because I kept landing in the electrified goop. I hop right back into the pipe and try again. This time, I make it much further along, because once I get all of the Phantom Manta to their smallest size, they become angry and are now actively chasing me. These tiny little demon creatures then become very annoying, covering much of the area in deadly goop, to a point where I only had 1 health point left and almost failed it for a second time. I didn't though, as I managed to regain my health with some coins, and then finished off the rest of those tiny little suckers. The Hotel Delfino is restored, and I get my 15th Shine Sprite. After that, I go back to the hotel, this time managing to actually enter the building, only to find out that it's been filled with ghosts. I spray the pink booze so they turn into platforms and hop right inside the golden booze mouth. Sort of. I kind of like phased through it, it was weird, but it still counted. This is another sub-level where Flood is stolen once again, and let me tell you something about this level. With every fiber of my being, from head to toe, which is a lot since I'm 6 feet tall, I absolutely hate this level. I struggled so much, to the point that I was going a little insane. You wanna guess how many tries it took to reach the end? Well, unless you were there watching this live, I doubt you'll get it right, because it was so many. Let's see some of my frustration during the first few attempts before I almost lost it and needed to take a break. No! Oh my god. Oh my god, no, no, no! What? No, that was my last life! Oh god. Okay. Go, 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 go! Oh, deep breaths, deep breaths. I'm getting mad. Got this, I got this, I got this. I don't got this, I don't got I miss Flood. I can do this. Maybe I can't. Well, as you can see, I was getting really frustrated. I needed to take a break, so I went to Bianco Hills to complete episode 4. I needed to collect 8 red coins, so I collected 6 of them, then got 2 blue ones, and then finally got the last 2 coins to get my next shine spray. After that nice little break, I went back to Serena Beach to complete episode 2. This time I found a blue coin before entering the sublevel once again. And let me tell you, while the break did help so I didn't mentally go insane all the way, it didn't help me with dying less times than before. I still struggled so much. Okay. I was so close. If I just was a little bit... That did not just happen. Stop. Turn. Jump. Hey, no! Okay. No. Oh. We're gonna take this nice and easy. What did I just say, Mario? That... I did not just walk off the edge. That I did not just do that. No, why does that? Why? No. I can do this. No. Run. No. It wasn't until my 18th attempt and a pun from my best friend, Ravenwing, who was in my Twitch chat at the time, that I finally made it to the Shine Sprite. Okay. Get into gear. Haha, because it's a gear. You're so funny, Raven. Oh, I can't. Oh my god. Oh my god, the power of puns. The power of puns got me to this Shine Sprite. Oh my god, yes. Yes. 17. After finally completing that level, I went back into the pipe to complete episode 3. This time I needed to get the Shine Sprite on the top floor of the hotel, but in order to do so, I needed Yoshi's help. He wanted a pineapple, so I had to climb through secret doorways throughout the hotel, found some ghosts still haunting the place, and even found some blue coins along the way. I eventually found the room that had some pineapples in some crates. After grabbing the pineapple and giving it to Yoshi, I made my way back to the pineapple room, grabbed the blue coin on the other side, and then had to wait for Yoshi to run out of power and go back to being an egg since I couldn't get him out of this room to actually get to the Shine Sprite. After completing that task, I traversed the hotel rooms again, as well as the attic and air vents, finding blue coins along the way until I finally made it to the room with the Shine Sprite. Afterwards, I then decided to go back to Bianco Hills to face off Petey Piranha once again. So I guess he actually didn't die that time. I don't know how he reformed into Petey Piranha after being turned to goop, but I don't know, here we are. Well, after disrupting Petey's nap, I got distracted and grabbed a blue coin I saw. I then battled him again where he actually learned some new moves since our last fight, since he was trying to whisk me away with some tornadoes as well as escaping me by flying out of my reach. Petey was still no match for me as I eventually defeated him and grabbed my 19th Shine Sprite. Oh, Petey, I'm sorry. 19! Wow, okay, 19, not bad. I continued in Bianco Hills for the next episode. Along the way to the sublevel, I cleaned the goop off of this guy and he gave me a blue coin. I then got the rocket nozzle for Flood, grabbed 2 more blue coins, grabbed the turbo nozzle next, and then entered the sub area. I once again had Flood stolen from me and must complete yet another level without my best buddy in this game. After panicking my way through this level and almost dying a handful of times, the flipping platforms, give me anxiety. Okay. Oh, my hands are sweating already. Don't fall. Oh no. It's going at an angle. Oh my god, what am I doing? I can't make a single jump without panicking. I eventually make it to the Shine Sprite on my first try. Such a refreshing feeling after failing the last no flood level so many times. With 20 Shine Sprites collected now, a new world is available. After blinding myself by staring directly into the sun in a specific location, I am transported to Noki Bay, one of my favorite but also least favorite worlds in this game. I don't have a great start to this world as I almost perish within the first minute, but after making my way up the cliff, detouring for some blue coins, I get rid of the pest who has corked up the water to this area and collect my next Shine Sprite. Afterwards, I take some time gathering some blue coins around the island. I then do a challenge of smashing all the crates for this guy within a time limit, and after doing it twice, I get 2 Shine Sprites. I find another blue coin, and then I pay this guy just chilling on a rooftop to throw me into a building which has a hidden Shine Sprite inside. After grabbing that, I continue to go around the island, collecting 2 more blue coins, and then go to Bianco Hills to chase down Shadow Mario again. For some reason, he is completely fine swimming in the water, but if I spray him with water, he's hurt? I have no idea where that logic is, but whatever. I spray Shadow Mario down with Flood, and then collect my 25th Shine Sprite. When I get back to the island, Shadow Mario is seen with the turbo nozzle, so I chase him down and grab it for Flood. I then use the nozzle to enter the guarded building by these 2 policemen, and I must complete the course using the new nozzle. This is a fun level. However, I do sometimes die. After dying 3 times, oh my god, I just manifested that. I jinxed it. Oh my god. And jump. And jump. I freaking pressed it. And jump. Oh! My hell. No. I was right there. Barely grabbing the edge on the platform on my 4th try, I finish the level by grabbing my next Shine Sprite. Afterwards, I decide to go back into Bianco Hills to complete the last episode where I need to collect 8 more red coins. After collecting multiple blue coins, I then start finding all the red coins throughout the level. After collecting all 8, I get to the Shine Sprite, which completes all of the episodes for Bianco Hills. There is still more to be done here, but I'll be back to finish what I need to do later. For now, I move on and quickly grab the Shine Sprite that is behind the door that can only be broken down by the turbo nozzle. After grabbing that, I then head on over to start episode 2 of Rico Harbor. First, I start by grabbing a few blue coins, and then I head on into the cave to race using these tiny bloopers. After completing the race in under a minute, I am given my next Shine Sprite. I then head right back to Rico Harbor to complete one of my favorite levels in this game, the Caged Shine Sprite. I love how this level is basically a giant obstacle course, and it's really fun to traverse around it. Along the way to the top of this obstacle course, I gather quite a few blue coins, and then grab my prize at the end. At this point, I have 30 Shine Sprites and 60 blue coins. So, not halfway there, but we're getting there. It's good progress so far. Shadow Mario is seen again on the island, but this time he's carrying the rocket nozzle. I chase him down again and get the nozzle from him, thus unlocking the world on top of the Shine Sprite Tower, as well as access to some other Shine Sprites around the island. I clean the giant Shine Sprite, which unlocks another one for me to use the rocket and grab. I then do the same thing to the 2 bell towers on the island and grab those Shine Sprites. Afterwards, I make it to the new world that is unlocked, Pianta Village. For for episode 1, I first gather a few blue coins, and then there are some overheated baby chain chomps that I need to cool down and throw into a pond. Once that is complete, I finish the episode by grabbing the Shine Sprite. I then decide to grab some more items around the main island before using the rocket nozzle to grab the Shine Sprite that is on top of the lighthouse. Afterwards, I use the turbo nozzle and grab a blue coin that can only be found with this nozzle. Next, I find a guy stranded on a nearby island.
Oh, shipwrecked and washed up here 3 years ago. I often think about the far shore, but I can't swim. You know what's even worse?
Get karma served to me.
Wait, no! Wow. That was karma. That was karma. Barely had a fire, I douse it, and then
And then I spray down a golden bird for yet another Shine Sprite. Next, I go to Rico Harbor, grab a blue coin, and then enter the sub area where once again Flood is taken from me. This is once again another level with gears. I hate those gears. Luckily, these gears are bigger than the previous one, but this time there are 3 of them. Ugh. After falling off numerous times.
No! Oh my god. No! It's over. It's over. It's over, chat. Go. Don't second guess. Just go. I second guessed. Oh my god, no, 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 no. Why'd I jump? Why'd I jump? What the ever living?
I eventually make it to the end, finally grabbing the Shine Sprite. I return to Rico Harbor, make my way to Gooper Blooper, who has once again shown up here, and after ripping off his tentacles and tossing him back into the water, I am rewarded with another Shine Sprite. I continue to progress in Rico Harbor, this time needing to gather 8 red coins on the water. However, before doing so, I am rewarded with the Blooper Obsessed guy's name.
That's me. Blooper. What? I'm not saying that. Bloopy? Okay, I'll just do Bloopy.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting that, and I never really read much of video game dialogue growing up, so I never knew he called himself that. Anyway, moving on, I press the red button, which starts the 2-minute timer, and head off to collect 8 red coins. After dying twice and then almost dying again 2 more times.
What? What? Oh no, I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit that. Oh no, I'm gonna hit that. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna run in the wall. I'm gonna run in the wall. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. What? What? Oh, okay. A brush with death twice. Twice.
I detour to grab a blue coin, and then when I go to grab the Shine Sprite, this happens.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah. So I have to collect all the red coins again, which I do, and then finally grab the Shine Sprite without running into anything this time. With that cursed level out of the way, I then go back to chase down Shadow Mario for episode 7. I chase him around, jinx myself.
I don't want to fall. What is the? I just gotta stop saying that.
And then finally spray him down to take his Shine Sprite. The last episode of Rico Harbor is next, and let me tell you that this was the episode that took the longest to complete by far. Let me break down the premise of this episode. There is a shine sprite locked in a cage at the end of an annoyingly difficult obstacle course. The only way to get to and unlock the cage is by using Yoshi, but in order to get Yoshi, you must give him the fruit he desires. He always wants a durian, which you must get by using the fruit dispensing machine nearby or a chance of it popping out. It is always random, and if the durian falls on the little platform below or in the water, then you're out of luck, since this is the only fruit you are not allowed to pick up in this game. Also, if you fall off the obstacle course, you lose Yoshi, since he doesn't like water. So you don't die, luckily, but you do have to use the fruit dispensing machine again to get a durian for Yoshi to try once more. With that out of the way, you want to guess how long this took for me to complete? First, let me show you how many times I fell off and had to restart.
Wait, no! Oh, okay. No, why in all the worlds of the universe should I just do that? Okay, yell at me. Yell at me all you want. I'm yelling at me. Are you serious right now? Get it over with! No. Oh! No. No, what? That was... What? No, I made that. Are you kidding? No. I have to eat that. No.
Yeah. So as you can see, it wasn't until the 15th attempt and almost an entire hour later that I realized I didn't actually need to get Yoshi to the very top. So after shaming myself very harshly, I boosted myself to the top platform and grabbed the freaking shine sprite. After all of that struggle was done and over with, I found a blue coin in the city's tunnels, and then helped a lady by giving her 3 coconuts for yet another blue coin. I then found a suspicious entrance under a bridge building and used a rocket to enter the next sub-area that I barely remember from when I was a kid. It's basically pinball, but instead of using a ball, you are the ball, and you must gather the red coins without missing and falling through the hole on the bottom, which leads to your death. After 2 deaths, I figured out how the level worked, and then I locked in. And what I mean by locked in, I mean dying multiple times until I finally collected all red coins. Once I gathered all 8 red coins, I then had to make sure I didn't fall into the abyss by landing in the middle platform. And once I did, I grabbed the shine sprite and quickly made my way out of there. Next, I made my way over to Gelato Beach to complete episode 3. Wiggler is mad since I wouldn't let him rest on the building from episode 2, so I had to calm him down. I used the plant sand sculptures to knock him over and then ground pound him on one of his bellies. After doing this 3 times, Wiggler turns to sand, I guess, and then I'm rewarded with my next shine sprite. Episode 4 starts with me collecting 4 blue coins and then heading my way into the busted open building. I am then standing on a sand bird with 8 red coins I must collect, as well as a few blue ones that I also must get because I didn't want to have to redo this level again just to grab those. I first grab 6 red coins, then 3 blue ones, but then as I'm collecting the 3rd one, I get stuck on the cloud and can't make my way back to the bird and end up falling to my doom. The great thing about this game, though, is that every time I get a blue coin, it gives me the option to save, so even though I have to restart the level again, I don't have to worry about grabbing those blue coins. My 2nd and 3rd attempt don't go as smoothly as I fall off the bird again, but on my 4th attempt, I grab 7 red coins, then the last blue coin for this level, and then finally make my way to the top of the tower that has the final red coin. I then grab it, grab my shine sprite, and then start with episode 5. I race a guy called, wait, hold on, I can say this right. Pianta Piantissimo. Il Piantissimo. Yes. This guy is a man wearing a Pianta costume. Don't know why, but he is. I have 35 seconds to finish this race, and I end up doing it in 26, easily beating him. Once he gets to the top, he rewards me with a shine sprite, which I grab and then start episode 6. On this level, there are 8 red coins in the nearby coral reef, but before grabbing those, I first grab a few blue coins. Afterwards, I then grab all 8 red coins, while struggling with a few along the way, and then grab the 46th shine sprite. For episode 7, it is once again chasing down Shadow Mario, and just like always, I spray him down fairly easily and grab the shine sprite he drops. I then start episode 8 of Gelato Beach, one of the worst levels in my opinion. Absolutely hate this level. You must bring the biggest watermelon to the judges of the Watermelon Festival, but where is the biggest watermelon? It's placed at the top of this freaking map. Not to mention, there are a bunch of cataquacks that are actively trying to destroy you if you get anywhere near them. Also, the watermelons are extremely fragile, and if it breaks, you have to start all the way over at the top where it spawns. So all in all, this is an annoyingly difficult level that requires patience, calmness, and precision. Now they're chasing me! They're all chasing me! They're all chasing me! Oh my god! Make it, no! Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh, I knew it! No! Did I make it? No. I'm so upset. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, I had so much calmness and patience. It was actually incredible. After delivering the watermelon, I am rewarded with yet another shine sprite and have now completed all of the episodes for this area. I am not done with Gelato Beach though, as I still need some blue coins I had missed. I need Yoshi to get a few of the missing ones, so I use episode 6, give Yoshi a stolen pineapple, and then grab 2 coins only accessible using Yoshi. I then find 2 more blue coins and then exit this world. I decide to go to episode 4 of Serena Beach next, where I enter the hotel and do some gambling in the casino. I win one of the machines, find a blue coin, and then after losing many times in a row, I finally win the second machine. After that, a tile puzzle is revealed where I need to flip all of the tiles to the other side using Flood. Once that is complete, a warp pipe is revealed, and once I enter into this sub area, Flood is taken from me again. This level, however, I only end up failing 2 times before succeeding on my 3rd attempt and grabbing my next shine sprite. No, why'd I do that? Because I'm an impatient person. What? I was trying to go for the extra life. Oh my goodness. Episode 5 takes me back to the casino, where I ground pound the roulette wheel, where it takes me to the basement. There, I find King Boo, who I must defeat in order to get my next shine sprite. I feed King Boo some spicy peppers and then pelt him with fruit 3 times, where I am then rewarded with my prize. The next episode has me clearing Serena Beach, which has once again been covered in electrified goop. This time, however, there are no phantom mantas. I just need to clear every single drop of goop in under 3 minutes, but if I don't, I have to start over. While spraying everything down, I accidentally find a blue coin, which was pretty nice. I then clear all of the goop with 41 seconds to spare, but before collecting my shine sprite, I must clean 4 of the guests for some blue coins. Afterwards, I grab my shine sprite and then head back to the hotel. I grab a blue coin right outside the building, and then once again, start my chase for Shadow Mario. After spraying him down once again for the I don't even know how many times at this point, I grab the shine sprite and then proceed with episode 8. Before starting the timer to collect the 8 red coins that will appear around the hotel, I take my time to gather some blue coins I saw in the previous episode. Afterwards, I press the button and start the 5-minute timer to gather all 8 red coins. During the hunt, I end up finding 2 more blue coins, but sadly don't end up finding all the red coins before the timer runs out. On my second attempt, I detoured and found 2 blue coins right outside the hotel before starting the challenge again. This time I knew where to go to find all the red coins, and I completed the challenge with 1 minute and 40 seconds left to spare. On the way to the shine sprite, I find a blue coin, and then complete this episode, which also completes all of them for this world. On the way to the next world, I grab a blue coin, and then blind myself to get to Noki Bay. I make my way over to the old Noki man, where he shows me where the tomb of an ancient Noki king is, as well as another shine sprite. He then directs me to spray water on the wall paintings to open up the path to the tomb. I then make my way up the path while also getting distracted and grabbing a few blue coins. At the top, I am once again met with Gooper Blooper, where I quickly dispose of him and his children. After doing that, the path opens up for me to enter the Noki King's tomb. After falling and surprisingly not splatting onto the ground, I grab the shine sprite and complete this level. Episode 3 has me shrunk to a minuscule level and shoved in a bottle full of water where I must collect 8 red coins. This level is to have me hone my underwater moving skills before I fix Noki Bay's pollution problem, which lies on the ocean floor. I traverse the bottle, gather all 8 red coins, and then collect the shine sprite. The next episode then has me dive to the ocean floor using the waterfall's current so I can fix the pollution problem. Before doing that, however, I grab a blue coin, an extra life, and then dive to my doom. It is revealed that a giant eel has moved into Noki Bay's ancestral home, and the eel has nasty cavities, which is what's causing the pollution. I slowly make my way down to the ocean floor, where I become an eel's dentist. I didn't even need to get a degree for it. How nice. I have to stop numerous times to gather coins so I don't drown, but eventually I clean all of the eel's teeth, where it then goes back home? I don't know. I'm not sure where it goes. All I know is that this level is finally over, and I grab the shine sprite so I can get out of there. The next episode in Noki Bay has me race Il Piantissimo again, this time needing to do so in under 40 seconds. I easily complete the race in 27 seconds, securing my victory and earning my next shine sprite. At the start of the next episode, I gather a few blue coins, and then head on over to the top shell where I enter a sub-area where Flood is stolen from me once again. I make my way through the level, almost dying a few times, but didn't, and eventually make my way to the top without falling a single time. Finally! Yay! I didn't die this time! Episode 7 is once again a Chase Down Shadow Mario level, but as you can see, me constantly defeating him is wearing him down. I chase and spray him down once more, collecting yet another shine sprite from him. I then decide on the main island to help out some villagers for some blue coins. I bring one lady 3 bananas, which is pretty easy. The next lady wants pineapples, but it's a little trickier since I have to toss them into her basket. Eventually I toss 3 of them in there and get another blue coin before moving on to the next villager. This next lady is probably the hardest one since she wants 3 durians, which again are the only fruit you can't pick up in this game. You also have to get them across the water since there aren't any on her side of the island. After finally getting 3 durians across the water and into her basket, I am rewarded with another blue coin. Afterwards, I decide to return to Pinna Park for episode 5. To be honest, I kind of forgot about this world and just now remembered about it, so that's why I'm heading back there now. My bad. Anyway, the Ferris wheel is being overpowered by some Electro Koopas, and it is my job, since everyone here is useless, to get rid of all the Koopas and slow down the Ferris wheel. I make my way up the back of the wheel, falling numerous times, and also grabbing a blue coin. I then yeet the Electric Koopa into the ocean, which slows down the Ferris wheel and also reveals my next shine sprite. Before grabbing it though, I decide to grab a few blue coins I saw around the area, and after grabbing those, I then ride to the top of the wheel and grab my prize. At this point, I am at the halfway point with 60 shine sprites and 128 blue coins. I also want to say, if you haven't already, why not hit that like and subscribe button? It really helps me out, and it also makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside whenever I see someone like, sub, and comment on my videos. I know that's kind of like cliche, but it does. It makes me so happy. Anyway, let's get right back to collecting those shine sprites. I hop right back into Pinna Park to start episode 6. I first grab a blue coin I had seen in the previous episode, and then I grab a coconut for Yoshi. The coconut makes Yoshi pink, but because I need him to be orange, I have him eat a pear, and then I place him in the opening spot on the carousel. Flood is once again stolen from me, and I must traverse this next sub-area to the Shine Sprite at the end. I calmly make my way through this level. No. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my hell. Oh my god. Well, that sucks. Oh, okay. Oh, frick. Just, okay. I make it to the end and grab my next Shine Sprite. Episode 7, like always, is a Shadow Mario chase level. I run around the park twice while spraying Shadow Mario with water, and eventually I defeat him once again and grab yet another Shine Sprite. Episode 8, in my opinion, is just as bad as facing Mecha Bowser, because I'm on that stupid roller coaster again with the horrible camera angles. The goal for this is to shoot all of the Koopa balloons using the rockets you get while riding around on the roller coaster. There are 20 balloons total, but the catch is you have to pop all the balloons within 3 laps. If you fail to do so, you lose and must start the level over again from the beginning. So after struggling through multiple attempts, I eventually popped all of the balloons and finally earned the last episode Shine Sprite of this world. Next, I go over to blind myself by staring into the sun, which teleports me over to Noki Bay for episode 8. I once again climb to the top of the waterfall, talk to the old Noki man, and then I yeet myself into the deep ocean. I need to collect 8 red coins once again, but this time the coins, along with some normal ones, swim around in the shape of a fish. After chasing down all 8 red coins, I calmly sink to the bottom and grab the Shine Sprite. At this point, I only have Pianta Village that I haven't completed all of the episodes for, so I make my way into the red warp pipe on top of the Shine Sprite Tower and begin episode 2. This is the last of Il Piantissimo's racing levels, and this time I have 30 seconds to win the race. After finishing the race in just under 22 seconds, I spot a blue coin which I grab, and then I am rewarded with a Shine Sprite for winning the race. I hop back into the warp pipe for episode 3, where immediately Flood is taken from me right from the get-go. This is not good because on this level, the entire place is covered in hot lava goop. I must traverse around the non-goopy covered spots as well as the under parts of this area to get Flood back so I can clean the mayor off and get my next Shine Sprite. I also just want to say that I absolutely love when video games give you upgrades and tools as you progress the game, and then once you get far enough, there is a level where those are taken from you and you have to complete the level without any boosted items or skills. Yeah, I know the no flood levels are kind of like that, but at the same time, they're not. Those levels are more like obstacle courses, while a level such as this one is going through an area I know and have used flood before to get around, but now I can't. It just adds a cool little challenge that I quite enjoy. Anyway, as for this level, I run around the village where I can without getting hurt, grab a few blue coins along the way, and eventually make my way back to Flood. After getting Flood and cleaning off the mayor of this village, he rewards me with a Shine Sprite, which I specifically don't grab yet, as there are some blue coins I must grab before leaving. I grab 5 blue coins before making my way back to the golden mushroom, where I finally grab the Shine Sprite. The next episode here has me yanking a hot and angry Chain Chomp to the spa so he can calm and cool himself down. After only getting hurt a few times, I eventually yank the Chain Chomp into the water to cool down, where I am rewarded with my next Shine Sprite. Episode 5 has me using Yoshi to get to the secret of the village underside. Yoshi wants a pear, so I grab one for him, and then use him to eat all of the nearby bees for a blue coin. Then I traverse across the giant mushrooms to the sub-area of this episode, and you might have guessed it already because Flood is taken from me once again. This sub-area has me traversing to the Shine Sprite using villagers who yeet me from platform to platform. It may sound easy, but you need to talk to each person from the correct spot facing the correct way, and if you don't, you get thrown into the abyss. Surprisingly, I make it to the end on my first try, which I have never done before, and then grab the Shine Sprite. The next episode of this area has me cleaning up 10 villagers who have been doused in fiery goop, and I must complete this task in under 3 minutes. I go around the village cleaning everyone I see who is all gooped up, and I do this with over a minute to spare. After cleaning up everybody, I talk to all 10 of them, and luckily all of the adults give me blue coins. The 2 kids, however, are stingy and don't give me anything for saving them from drowning in a puddle of fiery goop. Should have just left them there. Anyway, after collecting all my blue coins, I head on over to the mayor who gives me a Shun Sprite. Episode 7 is once again a Shadow Mario level, however this is the last one I have to do since I have chased him down in every other world on Isle Delfino. Shadow Mario finally learns a new trick to try and slow me down, but it only works for a tiny bit because I very quickly recover and spray him down faster than any other level. Once he leaves, I grab the Shine Sprite, and the next part of the main story continues on Isle Delfino. Shadow Mario escapes into Corona Mountain after a flood has occurred around the entire island. Instead of immediately chasing after him, I decide to take my time wandering around the flooded island, talking to a few people, and also bullying Toadsworth a little bit. Oh, I was gonna look at- oh, there you are, Toadsworth. What, oh, I can't talk to you? I literally can't talk to him. Did he just say, oh my goodness? What? Okay, I think what he said, oh, this is so funny. Just what he just listen. And you ruined his vacation. It wasn't my fault. What's up with him? I know, right? Bro's crashing out. I didn't know Toad knew a big word such as concentrated. Wow. I'm sorry, that was so mean. After roaming around for a few minutes, I head to the volcano and chase Shadow Mario inside. Once inside, I need to make my way through to the center of the volcano, dodging fire and spikes along the way. I make my way through the first half of the area, grabbing a blue coin along the way before reaching the boat. I absolutely hate the boats in this game, and I'm just gonna let my past self explain why. Okay, so this boat sucks. It's just like how old Minecraft boats used to be, where it hits one thing and it just collapses and breaks. After only grabbing one blue coin, I crashed my boat by accident and decide to come back later for the remaining blue coins. I use the rocket nozzle and make my way up the clouds to face off against Bowser. Bowser and his son are relaxing in a green, goopy bath that is somehow floating in the middle of the volcano? I don't even know or want to know. I'll just let the cutscene explain itself of what's happening.
The water's great, hey, Junior?
Sure is, Papa. Come on in, Mama Peach.
I think not. Mario!
You again? Don't you ever give up?
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Oh my god, he's ginormous.
Yeah, so Bowser is a giant again, like in many other games, and I must defeat him and save Princess Peach. Running to the outer parts of the area, I rocket myself into the sky and then ground pound really hard to try and knock Bowser out of the tub bowl thingy. After dying 3 times, and almost dying a 4th, but instead performing an amazing clutch save,
Oh, I'm sorry, my hands are so sweaty right now. Okay, that was such a clutch. Finally ground pound all 5 areas, tipping the bowl over and defeating Bowser. This also leads to everyone else falling, and only Princess Peach has a soft landing as I landed head first into the sand. It is then Flood is seen close by on the ground and freaking dies right in front of me. This moment was devastating as a kid, and it still is to this day. Peach and the rest of the islanders ruin my grieving moments with Flood by celebrating about how the island is being restored to its former shining glory. It's not about you. Flood has died. Why doesn't anybody care? Bowser and his son then have a touching heart-to-heart moment as they watch the island from a distance floating away to cause chaos once again in another Mario game.
Difficult to tell you about Princess Peach.
I know, she's not really my mama. Someday, when I'm bigger, I wanna fight that Mario again.
That's my boy. Well put, son.
For now, Mario and Peach can finally relax on their vacation, and just as the sun is setting, 3 toads show up with a fixed Flood. Yes! He is alive and well again! They fixed him up! Yes! Well, and just like he said, the vacation starts now, and we get to see a bunch of cool pictures of their vacation around Island Delfino. This, however, isn't the end, as I still need to 100% this game. So after seeing all of the credits and pictures, I am rewarded with my 71st Shine Sprite. I then head on over to complete the 8th episode of Pianta Village. There is a fluff festival going on in the village, and I need to go around collecting all 8 red coins. I go around the village collecting all the red and blue coins I can find, accidentally mistake the mayor's mother for his wife. Oh, there's the mayor. Is that the mayor's wife? I think that's not his wife. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. That's his mom. And then collect my next Shine Sprite. Begrudgingly, I then decided to go into Corona Mountain to get the 8 blue coins I had missed. After collecting 2, I crash my boat and then dive and die for a 3rd one. I then go through the level again using the stupid boat to get the blue coins I needed. When I had only 1 more left to grab, I abandon my boat, jump for the coin, grab it, save the game, and then perish to my fiery death. That officially marks off Corona Mountain for collecting everything I need in that area. 1 down, only 9 more to go. I grab over 10 coins and then head on over to the guy by the blue coin shop where he will take me back to the airstrip where this whole journey began. There is a red coin button which I press and then turbo myself around the airstrip collecting all red coins with over a minute to spare. I grab my Shine Sprite, and then once I'm back on the main island, I start one of the most annoying side quests to unlock a sub-area. First, I give Yoshi the fruit he desires. Then, with Yoshi, I carefully jump onto the boat that enters and exits the town. It takes me to an island where I have to hop off the boat and wait for a different boat to pass by. Once it does, I hop onto the second boat, which takes me to a lonely tower platform with a banana that I must jump onto without falling. Next, I wait for a 3rd boat that I then jump onto, and it takes me to another tiny island that has a warp pipe covered in yellow goop substance thingy that only Yoshi can spray away. I have always hated doing this because I could never get Yoshi to that freaking island. I would always fall into the water, lose Yoshi, and then have to restart all over again. Luckily though, this time, I only failed once. Only 1 time. That has never happened. It's super impressive for me since this is the first time I've ever made it to that island without having the help of my brothers doing this part for me. Surprisingly, this sub-area isn't one where I lose Flood, but it is still a difficult one. I have to go down the river path on a leaf and collect 8 red coins. The tricky thing is, if I miss a coin, I can't use Flood to go back, and since the water is poisonous, if I step into it, I instantly die. So, after surprisingly only 4 deaths, I make it through collecting all 8 coins and grab my next Shine Sprite. It was at this point I started to lock in for getting the more difficult Shine Sprites and blue coins. I had found a guide somewhere online with a lot of reference pictures, and I will show one of them now for you all to see. I used guides like this to help me mark off which Shine Sprites and blue coins I had to collect and which ones I still needed to find. So using one of the guide photos, I had learned that there was a Shine Sprite sub-level in the main island area that I had never known about. Never once did I ever even hear about this level until I had looked up a guide for 100%ing this game. So I grabbed a rocket nozzle and made my way over to the warp pipe I didn't even know existed. Luckily, this area wasn't a level without flood, but it did have some really annoying tall grass. I went around the square collecting 8 red coins, and then once I had completed that, I grabbed the shine sprite and moved right along. I then decided to start collecting blue coins in Bianco Hills. I would specifically use episodes that would give me the best and easiest ways for me to find and collect the remaining blue coins I needed. The first one I found was on a high cliff after using the rocket nozzle. Next, I found one on the spot Petey Pianta was sleeping on the second time I battled him. I stomped on a Pokey for another one. Using Yoshi, I ate a blue coin butterfly, then I found one on a balcony, sprayed down a blue bird, cleaned off a goop-covered guy, got stung a bunch of times while having Yoshi eat a bunch of bees, found one on top of a windmill pole, found another on top of a tree, and then I sprayed a platform for a hidden one. After collecting all of those blue coins, I made my way to the cave on the side of the map. This used to be a no flood level, but now for one of this world's hidden shine sprites, I get to redo this sub area with flood while also collecting 8 red coins. However, it's not just that easy, as this has a timer. Specifically for this level, a 1-minute timer. Yay! I was too slow on my first try. I glitched through one of the cubes on my second try.
What? You all saw that. I glitched.
Fell on my third.
No, wait. Okay, that time that was my fault.
And then finally on my fourth try, I managed to grab all 8 red coins with 13 seconds to spare. I now have to do the other no flood level for another shine sprite, though this time I get to use flood as well. I enter the tunnel at the far end of the map, and once inside, I start the red coin timer once again. I had 1.5 minutes to collect all 8 red coins, and luckily and skillfully, I made my way through and got all of them with 10 seconds left to spare. I then grab my shine sprite and then head back into Bianco Hills for the last thing I need in this world, a 100 coin shine sprite. I followed the guide I was using, and it said that the best episode for finding 100 coins was episode 3. Well, I tried that, only found 85 coins, couldn't find any more, so I quit, used episode 8 instead, where I easily found 100, and once I did, the shine sprite appeared on the map. This was my first ever 100 coin shine sprite I had earned since I had never gotten one as a kid. So after staring at it for a bit, I grabbed it, and with that, Bianco Hills is 100% completed. I decided to just go in order of how the different areas become available to you throughout the game. So next, I went to Rico Harbor. Using episode 8, I started collecting the remaining 11 blue coins I needed. I first destroyed 2 spiders for 2 coins. I found another in a crate. I then had to get Yoshi to eat another spider for another blue coin. I sprayed a nearby wall for a hidden one. Using Yoshi once again, I had him eat a blue butterfly. I sprayed a fishing basket, then I used the rocket nozzle to get one high above the tower, and then I made my way into the giant cage to defeat the tiny blooper for the next blue coin. After grabbing all of those, I exited episode 8 and went back in using episode 1 this time. First, I found a hidden M under the goop on the ship, and then for the last blue coin for this world, I raised the submarine, which popped out a blue coin. Afterwards, I headed on into episode 2 for a secret shine sprite. I entered the sewers, talked with Bloopy, and raced around his track in under 40 seconds for the next shine sprite. After just barely winning, I grabbed my prize and headed into episode 4 for the second secret shine sprite. It was soon after entering the tower I realized what sub-area this was, and I was not happy about it. Any level with those gears I absolutely despise. Anyway, I had 1 minute and 30 seconds to grab all 8 red coins, and luckily I had Flood because I totally would have died without him. After panicking through the level, I grabbed my shine sprite and entered into episode 3 to collect 100 coins for this world. I went around the harbor, collecting all the coins I could see, and luckily, this area was a lot easier than the last because I found 100 coins no problem. I then went and grabbed my shine sprite, which means that all of Rico Harbor is now completed. The next world is Gelato Beach, and I started in episode 4. I sprayed secret shine sprite spots in the sand for 4 blue coins. I then ground pound onto the 1 red cataquack in a sea of blue ones, and that gave me another blue coin. There was another hidden one on the side of a cliff, which I grabbed and then bounced my way up the poles for one high in the sky. Next, there was one hidden under the pier, which I got while walking underwater. I don't know what happened, but the game glitched, and even though I was under the water, it didn't act like I was. What the? What? I'm underwater. I did not get that one. What is happening? Okay, it doesn't last. It only is over here. That's weird. Why am I, now it's like I'm above water. Well, after that fun glitch, I exited the episode so I could get the last blue coin using episode 8. I grabbed a pear and put it into the rooftop blender, which then popped out the last blue coin I needed for this area. In the same episode, started collecting 100 coins for my next shine sprite. I went around the area collecting as many coins as I could find, absolutely tormenting the cataquacks in order to do so. When I couldn't find any more coins, I broke open watermelons repeatedly until they stopped giving me coins. I only needed a few more at that point, so I sprayed down some birds for the last few until I finally collected 100 coins. I then went to grab the shine sprite, missed it many times, and then finally got it and moved on to the last shine sprite I need from this area. I entered the secret sand castle in episode 1, where once again I need to collect 8 red coins within a time limit that used to be a no flood level. I have 1 minute to grab all 8 red coins, but the sand blocks give me so much anxiety. So while panicking, I run around the map, gather all the coins with 9 seconds left remaining. Once I grab the shine sprite, that fully completes Gelato Beach. Going to the next world, Pinna Park, I start with episode 2 to collect some blue coins. Using the honing bullet bills, I destroy the baskets that cover 5 blue coins. I then find a hidden banana, give it to Yoshi, and then have him eat some blue butterflies. After getting those 2 blue coins, I then spray 2 hidden shine sprite symbols on the ground for 2 more. Since there are no more blue coins on this episode that I can grab, I defeat Monty Mole, I think that's him. I still don't know. And I enter the sub area for another timed red coin level. I have 1 minute this time, and after only failing once, I collected all the red coins and grabbed the shine sprite. Next, I went to episode 6 for the remaining blue coins. I first grabbed a pear for Yoshi, then had him eat a blue butterfly for my first blue coin. Afterwards, I needed to defeat the large Strollin' Stew carrying a bunch of baby ones. I sprayed the babies off and then ground pound the larger one for another blue coin. I then found an M on a wall and sprayed that for another. And lastly, there were 2 blue birds I sprayed down for the last remaining blue coins of this area. I then used Yoshi to get to the sub area for this episode to complete yet another timed red coin challenge. I activate the 2-minute timer, and then it takes me about 10 seconds for me to fall into the void. Okay, that was my fault. I needed to not do that. I mean, obviously. Luckily, on my second attempt, I don't fall into the abyss and manage to collect all 8 red coins with just under 22 seconds to spare. After grabbing that shine sprite, I go back to the park to start episode 2 to collect 100 coins. By spraying the bullet bills, especially the golden ones, I easily collect 100 coins, only getting hurt a few times. And with that shine sprite collected, Pinna Park is officially 100% completed. I then head on to the next world that was unlocked, which was Serena Beach. The first thing I do is grab a blue coin that was on the other side of the beach from where you spawn in. I then sprayed some flowers for another one. And then there was also one I had completely missed that was under one of the outdoor serving areas. How I missed that? I have no idea, because I saw it multiple times while I was editing the footage up until I finally grabbed it. I then entered the hotel, ignored Shadow Mario, and then grabbed the next blue coin in one of the second floor rooms. Moving to the third floor, I sprayed a blank frame exposing a shine sprite outlet which granted me a blue coin.
Next, I sprayed some shelves, which popped out another coin. Afterwards, I exited the episode and entered number 5 because I needed to get some blue coins in the casino. Once I entered it, I turned around to find a giant red M painted on the wall, and once I sprayed it clean, it gave me a blue coin. And lastly, for the final blue coin of this world, I ground pound on a specific slot machine, and once that was collected, I just needed to get the shine sprite left for this world. First, I used episode 2, entered the hotel, and then climbed up the boot platforms to enter my most hated sub area. After making my way to the red button, I start the timer and have 1 minute and 30 seconds to grab all 8 red coins. I think I psyched myself out on this level because of what happened the last time I was here, because soon after starting the timer, I just walked off into the darkness. My second attempt wasn't any better because I glitched through the gear and fell again. I don't think I did that right. Nope, okay. Luckily, third try was the charm because I grabbed all 8 red coins with 6 seconds left to spare. I quickly grabbed the shine sprite and got out of there, lucky to never return ever again. Then, using episode 4, I entered the hotel's casino once again. After winning the 2 giant slot machine thingies, I think that's what they're called, I spray the tiles all over to the other side, which grants me access to this level's sub-area. It is yet another timed red coin level in which I only have a minute to collect all the coins. I fall on my first attempt, run out of time on my second, and then just barely grab the last red coin before timer runs out on my third try. I then grabbed the shine sprite and got out of there. Using episode 3 next, I start collecting 100 coins for the last shine sprite of this world. I first go around the beach area collecting every single coin I can find. After grabbing those, I head into the hotel and start collecting every coin I can without the help of Yoshi. Once I grab those, I then grab a pineapple, feed it to Yoshi, and then have him eat a bunch of ghosts for more coins. I then struggled to find the last few remaining coins I needed, but after spraying some decorations, walls, and doors, I eventually got 100 coins. I grabbed the shine sprite with Yoshi, and with that said, Serena Beach is officially 100% completed. At this point, there's only Noki Bay, Pianta Village, and Delfino Plaza left to collect remaining blue coins and shine sprites. So the next world that was unlocked was Noki Bay. After blinding myself once again, I start collecting blue coins using episode 6. Well, at least that's what I had planned. As I was hunting for blue coins, I ran across a golden bird, which I sprayed down and it dropped this world's hidden shine sprite. I grabbed the shine sprite and then headed back into episode 6, this time actually collecting blue coins. The first one I found was behind a small wall painting. Next, I struggled to make it to the top of a nearby wall, but once I finally did get up there, I collected 2 more coins. I then spot a seemingly blank wall that opens up once I spray it, and it reveals another blue coin for me to grab. It was then I accidentally performed a weird glitch that caused me to clip into the wall. Let's see how well that ended up going. What? I didn't mean to glitch. All right, let's have some fun inside the walls. What? Another... Wait until you just fall to your demise. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. It's usually what it does with glitches like this. You called it! You so called it! Yeah, so I fell into the void. Kinda saw that coming. With that little fun detour finished, I re-entered episode 6 to get more blue coins. I had to climb up to where I previously glitched through the wall, and once I got up there, I sprayed another secret wall opening and grabbed my next blue coin. I then spotted a free extra life. How nice! What? I didn't know there was a life right here. I got tricked! I got baited! I didn't know that! Oh, yep, it was. Oh, that was mean. That was so mean.
Yeah, I clearly wasn't expecting that. I, however, did go back and sneakily grab the extra life. So joke's on you, you stupid punching bag. For the next coin, I went and grabbed the rocket nozzle as well as the springboard nearby. I then had to swim across the map and climb a few walls while carrying the springboard before even trying to get the blue coin. After failing many times, I eventually got the timing right with the rocket nozzle and the springboard to where it shot me just high enough to reach the coin. All of that for just one blue coin is kind of insane, but now I don't have to do it ever again. Yay! The next blue coin, however, isn't much better though, because it takes multiple attempts and me falling off for me to finally grab the coin. Once I do, I move right along and stumble across a suspicious life just hanging by a flower. Since I had gotten punched off the cliff with the last extra life, this made me super sus of it. Let me just show you how this played out. Am I gonna get baited again? Oh! That was real. Okay. I didn't get punched off. One coin. Oh. I relaxed and got hit again. I can't let my guard down for 2 seconds. Oh, the irony. I got so played there. Anyway, let's keep getting distracted, shall we? I find a gold button, and once I ground pound it, I make coins rain from the sky. After collecting all the coins I could, I then realized I was close to 100 coins for that shine sprite. So I decided just to collect the remaining coins I needed so I didn't have to collect nearly 100 again. Once I gather all of those up, the shine sprite is pure evil, since it decides to land on the top of the highest shell tower. So after climbing all the way to the top, struggling with the ropes, spikes, and weird camera angles, I finally grab the shine sprite, which means there's only one more left for this world, as well as blue coins that I haven't grabbed yet. I once again enter episode 6, but this time enter the shell tower for another timed red coin sub area. I had 1 minute and 30 seconds to gather all 8 red coins, and I managed to do so with 10 seconds left remaining. After I grab that shine sprite, you want to guess which episode I decided to enter next? If you guessed number 6, then you are correct. Oh, I'm never going to be done with that episode. I still needed blue coins, and for some reason, this world had very difficult spots to find them. I climbed to the top of the cliff, dropped down into the ancient Noki King's tomb, and sprayed the 2 urns for 2 blue coins. It was then, at this point, I was finally done with episode 6, and I entered episode 8 next. I made my way to the top of the waterfall, and then down into the depths of the ocean floor where the underwater ancient Noki Kingdom lays. I make my way from pillar to pillar, where the blue coins are, and manage to find all 4 of them. It is at this point that I only had 4 blue coins remaining in Noki Bay, but I didn't know exactly where they were. Because of that, I decided to collect the remaining blue coins later after I had reviewed my footage to see which ones I had already collected and which ones were still remaining. So, in the meantime, I decided to move on to the next world, Pianta Village. My first objective was to get the secret shine sprite at the top of the giant tree. Once I rocket myself up to the top, I stare right at the sun and spray an invisible shine sprite image, which, once completely shown, pops out the hidden shine sprite. It lands right above my head, so I just jumped and grabbed it, and then moved on to get the other secret shine sprite. This one is in episode 5, and with the help of Yoshi after giving him a coconut, I have him open the entrance to the timed red coin sub area. Now this sub area isn't so bad the first time around. It's the second time with needing to collect 8 red coins in a minute and a half. Yeah, no, it's absolutely horrendous. Let's see how well I did. Is there a coin over there? No. What? Are you kidding me? Okay, now I know what I need to do. Okay. I love that the whole level is just you getting yoke. Ah! Yep. Just got yoke into the abyss. Oh, I missed! Oh, I thought that was more straight than it was. Oh no, 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 wait, wait, wait. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't know if that's precise. Oh! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, okay! Okay. Yeah, as you can see, that took many attempts. But eventually I got all the red coins and cut to the shine sprite without dying. I then used episode 6 to start hunting for blue coins. I had to clean the villagers from the fiery goop, so I had time to search for the coins. I easily cleaned them all off and then found the first blue coin by spraying the sign near the entrance of the village. I found another by spraying the big tree in the middle of the village. Afterwards, I headed to episode 3 and ground pound on the spa Pianta statue's nose, which popped out a blue coin. I used episode 3 for this one since I thought there was another blue coin only available in this episode, but it turns out I had already gotten that one. Now, between the last clip and this next one, I had looked through all of the footage to see where the last blue coins were. So I headed over to Noki Bay to collect the 4 coins I was missing there. To no one's surprise, I once again used episode 6 to find them since it's the easiest level to traverse around. I found the first one in a hidden spot in the wall, the second was nearby in a wall crevice, the third one was also in the wall. Shocker, they really like to hide them in the walls in this world. And the final blue coin for Noki Bay was literally in the wall underneath the previous one I had just found. This means that Noki Bay is officially 100% completed. I wanted to end this challenge with completing Delfino Plaza, so first I had to make my way into Pianta Village. I chose episode 5 because I needed Yoshi to get the remaining 2 blue coins. After giving Yoshi a pineapple, we made our way over to the top of a giant mushroom. There we found a lot of blue butterflies and I had Yoshi eat all of them. Once he ate the last one, a blue coin appeared and I grabbed it. The last one is from eating all of the bees from a nearby hidden beehive. So after getting stung only a few times, Yoshi eventually ate all of the bees and I got the last blue coin for this world. Now the only thing I need is the 100 coin shine sprite, so using the same episode, I started collecting all of the coins I saw. I grabbed 40 from the mushrooms below the village. I then grabbed Yoshi again and had him eat more bees for more coins. I then ground pound on the Pianta statue's nose, which popped out even more coins. I then struggled to collect the last remaining coin I needed, but eventually I found more coins below the village. Afterwards, I made my way to the shine sprite, and once I grabbed it, it officially completed all of Pianta Village. At this point, everything else I needed to grab was in the main Delfino Plaza area, as well as the airstrip, since for some reason they count that together as one area. I needed 2 more blue coins as well as 1 more shine sprite. It was only after grabbing those I would exchange all of my blue coins for the remaining shine sprites. I went looking for regular coins in the island sewers because I needed 10 of them in order to pay for the boat ride to the airstrip. As I was collecting those, I happened to find one of the blue coins I was missing. Yay! I was worried about that one because I didn't know exactly where it was. I then paid to go to the airstrip so I could collect the last remaining blue coin for this game. After blasting myself through the airstrip tower gates, I sprayed an ice block that had the blue coin inside. I then decided to see if collecting 100 coins on the airstrip counted for Delfino Plaza 100 coin shine sprite, and to my surprise, this actually worked. After collecting 100 coins, the shine sprite appeared and I grabbed it and then made my way back to the plaza. There was only one more thing left to do in order to fully 100% Super Mario Sunshine. I headed over to the blue coin bank, made my way inside, and for the first and last time, exchanged every single blue coin for the last remaining 24 shine sprites. My first time. They do it all at once. Yay, 24. Yes. Yes. No refund. Yep. have done it! I've done it! I have 100% completed Super Mario Sunshine. And to celebrate my success and hard work, I talked to this shady guy who gave me some shades and a Shine Sprite shirt. I then climbed to the top of Shine Sprite Tower and relished in my success. And with that fully completes how I, for the first time, 100% Super Mario Sunshine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see me 100% another game, why not leave a comment? Also, if you're still here, why not hit that like and subscribe button? This really helps me out in order to keep making videos such as this one. Well, with all of that said and done, this was Gemini Spirit 2, also known as GS2 Gaming, and I hope to see you lovely gems in the next video. Goodbye! Bye! Bye 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 bye! Goodbye! Bye! Bye!